Some people move through life with very little social connection. No close circle, no regular messages, no one they consistently turn to. From the outside, it can look like isolation by choice or something missing. But psychologically, having no friends is rarely a simple outcome. It's usually the result of patterns, gradual, layered, and often invisible. For some, it begins with how they experience social interaction itself. Conversations don't feel natural or rewarding. They feel effortful. There's a constant awareness of what to say, how to respond, how they're being perceived. Instead of flowing, interaction becomes something that has to be managed. Over time, this mental effort turns into fatigue, and distance starts to feel easier than engagement. There is also the role of sensitivity. Some individuals are more affected by small social signals, tone, pauses, subtle changes in behavior. What others might brush off, they hold on to and analyze. A delayed reply, a short response, a shift in energy, it can all feel significant. This doesn't always lead to confrontation. More often, it leads to quiet withdrawal. In other cases, it's not sensitivity, but disconnection. They may not easily pick up on social cues or emotional signals, which makes interactions feel confusing rather than draining. Without clear feedback from others, it becomes difficult to build rhythm in relationships. The result isn't rejection in a dramatic sense, but a slow fading of connection. Trust is another important layer. Some people want connection, but find it difficult to open up, not necessarily because of one event, but because of a general expectation that closeness leads to discomfort, misunderstanding, or loss. So they stay reserved. Conversations remain on the surface, and without depth, relationships struggle to form. There are also individuals who have adapted to solitude. At some point, being alone became familiar, maybe even peaceful. Without the unpredictability of other people, there is a sense of control. Routines become stable, environments predictable. Over time, this comfort with solitude can quietly replace the need for social interaction. Another factor is self-perception. If someone begins to see themselves as not the social type, or someone who doesn't really fit in, that belief shapes behavior. They may hesitate to initiate conversations, assume disinterest from others, or withdraw before a connection has the chance to develop. The absence of friendships then reinforces the belief, creating a cycle. Sometimes, it's not about avoidance at all. It's about mismatch. A person may want meaningful connection, but struggle to find people who align with their way of thinking, their interests, or their depth. Surface-level interactions don't feel satisfying, but deeper ones are harder to find. So they remain in between, wanting connection, but not finding the right kind. Emotionally, the experience can vary. Some feel loneliness strongly, especially in quiet moments where the absence of connection becomes more noticeable. Others feel relatively neutral, having adjusted to their own company. But even in those cases, there is often a subtle awareness that something is different from the norm. There is also the impact of time. The longer someone goes without forming close friendships, the more unfamiliar the process becomes. Social skills, like anything else, require practice. Without regular interaction, initiating and maintaining relationships can start to feel increasingly difficult. And yet, having no friends does not mean someone lacks value, depth, or the ability to connect. It often means their path to connection is more complex, shaped by personality, past experiences, perception, and environment. In the end, people with no friends are not defined by absence, but by the patterns that led there. Some are protecting themselves, some are adapting, some are still searching, and some have simply learned to exist within their own space. From the outside, it may look like emptiness, but from the inside, it is often a mix of quiet, complexity, and unanswered connection.